Back live tonight here on In Focus, the Women's Legal Centre has welcomed the signing of the Divorce Amendment Bill into law. It will allow thousands of Muslim women access to the country's divorce courts, where marriages have irretrievably broken down. The Muslim Law Network's Ayesha Royker joins us now for more on this. Ayesha, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. What does this new legislation represent, and what was it really responding to?
So this actually represents, it's a big deal for us women, because it's giving us as Muslim women some legal framework on which to rely on in the event that our marriages dissolve through divorce. Previously, the Divorce Act did not make provisions for women in Muslim marriages or partners, spouses married according to Muslim rights. So this amendment, it's long overdue. It's taken decades to get here, but it does afford us a legal framework. So going into a marriage, we know exactly in the event that our marriage dissolves through divorce, we have some framework, we have some relief that we can rely on should we need to approach the court for relief.
So in the previous act, when a Muslim marriage was dissolved, what could happen? What would happen?
So previously, Muslim marriages were in terms of Sharia. There was no framework which governed our marriages. We relied on, we'd have to rely on the ulama or religious bodies when it came to dissolving our marriages. There was no enforcement of maintenance. Our rights in that regard was not catered for. And our contributions to our marriages, the contributions to the home was not taken into account. So at least here, with the amendment to the Divorce Act, we can see that our marriages are governed. We can approach the court without having to prove each time that we have a valid marriage. Muslim marriages are now recognized as valid. We can approach the court for a divorce order. And accordingly also, we have access to the redistribution of assets. So if you have, as I said, if you have been in a long-standing marriage and you have contributed towards the marriage, there is some recourse for us now. There's some relief where we can actually, tell the court that this, in whatever way we have contributed to the marriage, we should have a fair, just, and equitable distribution of assets. Because what we found in practice or in the real lived experience is that, if you look at my case, for example, after 20 years of marriage, you are left without, anything unless your husband decides to give you something. So at least here, you can approach the court. If you can prove what it is that you have contributed, and the court could find that it is just that, even though things or assets are in one spouse's name, it may be just and equitable to distribute the assets so that one is not in a better off position than the other, taking into account that they both have contributed to the upkeep of the marriage. So it's huge. We have found that women, predominantly have been left destitute, have been left disadvantaged. The children have been left disadvantaged. So this really is something huge for us.
I want to talk about the children a little bit. How is this safeguarding their interest as well as minor children independence in a marriage?
It has, because now, previously they just had access to maintenance in terms of the Maintenance Act, but now you could actually, in terms of the Divorce Act, you could also claim for maintenance for the children. So it streamlines the whole process, where you don't have to go to two different courts, the Maintenance Court and High Court or Regional Court for your divorce. You can now, attend to everything in one case. So it's not, you don't have to duplicate information, duplicate finances, duplicate a whole lot of things. So it really is a nice way to streamline the whole process. The process itself takes years to finalize. It's not a quick fix. So many women have given up hope. The process takes so long, and previously, before this, you didn't know what the outcome would be. Now, at least there is some form of certainty in how your marriage would be dissolved. Previously, we were at the mercy of the court. We were at the mercy of, and I'm speaking as women, you're at the mercy of your ex-husband, at the mercy of the court, at the mercy of judiciary, and we all know how slow the wheels of justice turn in our country. I mean, it's taken us, I think, 30 years to get to this point. So, rather late than never, but it really is a positive step.
Ayesha, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. Ayesha Royker, attorney, Muslim Personal Law Network there.